January 6th was not a terrorist act, but it was an organized attempt to overthrow a government. It was a coup d'etat using an insurrection, which I had predicted on Real Time with Bill Maher 52 days before it happened, that it was going to become an insurgency using acts of insurrection to overthrow the government. But it was not terrorism, right? Yes, it was. January 6th was sedition, but it was not terrorism. Terrorism requires specific acts to be done. So let's go over some.
And it has to be a real person or organization. It can't be just.
Well, I mean, no, individuals can carry it. If we could ever find out the facts about the shooter in Utah, I mean, I labeled it an act of political violence. I labeled it an act of terrorism right off the bat, because killing Charlie Kirk meant, unless we find out this guy just hated him personally and that it was murder, that's different. If he says, I'm just mad at him because of what he said, X, Y, and Z, and I wanted to put an end to that based on all of the things. If he says, I wasn't thinking about impacting America, there's a reasonable argument that it is not terrorism. And even worse, you cannot designate an individual in the United States as a domestic terrorist or a domestic terrorist organization for the simple fact that there is no law that is for domestic terrorism. And the reason that no one passed a law on domestic terrorism is because it would require you to violate the First Amendment. And most politicians, particularly on the right wing, were afraid that a domestic terrorism law could be used against anyone in the United States for what they believe.
Especially